world. How y'all doing today? Decided to do another show. Really don't have anything off the top of my mind to talk about, but last night I kind of stayed up a little late watching Ghost EVP uh, films here on the YouTube. I enjoyed them. Some were a little bit spooky and creepy, um, but it's interesting to see that, to hear the voices of those that are no longer with us. Um, like I said, I've had personal experiences with ghosts in the past, and some have been really interesting, some have been really scary. Um, I enjoy learning more about ghosts and stuff like that because they are all around us. Um, Matter of fact, this park I'm living in now, um, a couple years ago, a friend of mine lived down here. Uh, it was the first time I lived in this park. I was in a different trailer at the time. But I went over to this friend's house and I was helping them clean it up because the former owners had left it a mess. And the landlord gave them a deal: you clean it up, I'll take so much off your rent. No problem. I was over there just helping. Didn't have nothing better to do that day. Um, I set my drink. I always carry uh, a drink bottle with me, Mountain Dew, whatever, in it. I set it on the counter, and I was doing something in the living room, straightening some stuff up or something, and I looked over because I decided I wanted a drink of my drink. And as soon as I turned to look at my drink, the drink bottle just shot straight up in the air and fell off onto the floor. Yeah, that was a little weird in the middle of the daytime. And many times when this friend of mine lived there, they saw weird things, such as they would be sitting in the living room and the cabinet door would just fly open in the kitchen. The refrigerator door would just open. It was nothing ever really scary or violent, just stuff to startle you real quick. They stayed there for a while, but they split up, ended up splitting up, and they moved out. He went one way, she went another way. And the trailer's still here in this trailer park since I've moved back into this particular trailer park. And it hasn't been rented very often. And people that rent it, for some reason, they don't stay in it long. Since I've been back here, there have been one, two, three, four, about four different families living there, and all within a month's time, they all move out. Now, I don't know what it has to do with. I really haven't known the people that live there, and I really haven't been down to that trailer since then. But I think there's definitely something there. Uh, there's nothing to be scared of usually with ghosts. Most of them are not there to harm you or anything. Uh, some of them just, I'm assuming, do not realize they're dead. Some of them either died violently and they're wandering, trying to figure out what happened, why it happened. Uh, some say it's because they have unfinished business in this world. Hey, and I don't mind it. Like I said, I've had plenty of experiences with them. They sometimes just either I will see them, or it's just like you can feel them. It's just a feeling. If you've ever seen one, you would know what that feeling is. You just can't describe it. Uh, let's see. I'm trying to think of some. See, I told you about Gizmo, yeah, I told you all about him. That was an interesting one. Just, I think he was coming back to tell me goodbye because he was a good dog. Really was. Another one I had with an animal experience. I was working in a veterinary clinic, and it was a Saturday, so I did my work during the day. And of course, the veterinary clinic closed about 1 o'clock. And I went home, laid down, and took a nap. Because I had to go back in the evening to feed and clean the cages out one more time. You know, I was pretty much going to be the only one there. I laid down and went to sleep for a little while, and there was this Rottweiler that was there. It had the equivalent of AIDS in humans. It had dog AIDS. Um, and the poor dog, the owners would not give permission to put it to sleep, would not give permission to give it medication. So it was suffering. And some days I would just go and sit by it and tell it it didn't have to hold on anymore, that it needed to let go. You know, it was a good dog and didn't deserve to suffer because, you know, I just couldn't understand the owners being cruel like that. Matter of fact, they just gave the dog up to the veterinary clinic. I was laying down sleeping, and all of a sudden, the dog walks up to me in my dream. And I know this is going to be corny, but it looked at me and said, "Thank you for being my friend. I am no longer in pain." I woke up. I looked at the clock. I'd say it was probably about 3:30 or so. So I went, got myself together, got ready to go back to the veterinary clinic. When I got there, it was highly unusual because the veterinarian was still there. Well, for some reason, I asked him about the particular dog that I had had the dream about, and they said that at 3:30 she had passed away. Tell me, that's spooky. Actually, that's kind of cool. But yeah, there are animals, spirits out there. There are human spirits out there, and like I said, most of them are not out there to hurt anybody. They're just, for some reason, they're left behind. They didn't go on to their further destiny, whichever destiny that was. Um, you know, like I said, I do no scripting on my videos. So a lot of times I'll have 1,000 things in my head to talk about, and then all of a sudden when I get to recording and get to talking, it's just like poof, they're all gone. So I guess I'll close out on this one, and until next time, I'll be seeing you on the YouTube.